In this video, I'll show you how to program a new key for your Jeep using this simple key kit. I'll show you everything you need to know and walk you through step by step so that you can get it done at home. This will work for the selected Jeep models on the side of the box. As you can see, it works for the Compass, Grand Cherokee, Liberty, Patriot, and Wrangler for those years listed right there. This will also work for certain Chrysler and Dodge vehicles as well. If you have a different Jeep, you will need to have a different product. We have a different video that you can go check out. And if you have a different brand, we should have a video for you as well on this channel. But in this video, we're just going to be working with these select Jeep models and this key right here. So let's open this thing up and see what's inside so we can get started. Inside the box, we have the user guide. This is the easy installer and a new key fob. You will need to get this physical key cut before you start the pairing process, and you will also need to check out your easy installer. Look over here on the plug part where you can see this has a plastic tag. You want to make sure that this is not damaged, missing, or says void. If it does, your key will not work, and you will want to get this whole package returned and get a new one. Now, the other thing to note is that you need to have your current working key with you for this process. Now we can begin activating our new key. You can check on screen now to find the activation code for your current key fob and the model that you have. Just match the key fob to your key fob and write that number down. One extra step, if you use the 3-button key fob shown on screen in the bottom right, and you have a Compass, Liberty between 2010 to 2012, Patriot, or Wrangler, you'll want to flip over your old key fob, the one that's currently paired to your vehicle, and check the FCC ID. If the ID matches the code you see on the middle of the screen there, you'll want to use the activation code 233 instead of the code listed on the previous slide. So write that number down. Once you have your activation code ready, you're just going to grab your new key and we're going to punch those digits in using the buttons. We first want to press lock and panic at the same time. You can see that light is on. That means we are ready to go. I will be punching in 231. And so I'll press, for the first digit, I will press lock twice, second digit panic 3 times, and lastly, the last digit on unlock. So it will be 2 presses, 3 presses, and 1 press. So let me show you that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And 1, and now I'll press lock and panic once more, and this light should blink back the code to me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. There we go. So that shows me that I entered my code correctly. If your key is blinking, just blinking nonstop at you, or it's blinking an incorrect code, you can start the process again. Doesn't matter. It doesn't do any harm to try again and again until you get it right. And once your key is activated, we're ready to move on to the next step, which is pairing. So grab everything that you see here, your easy installer, your new key, and your old key, and hop in your vehicle. The first thing you want to do is locate the OBD port. The OBD port looks like this image that you see on screen right now. Usually it's under the dash, almost at the level of the pedals, so go check for that. And if you can't seem to find it, you can always check your owner's guide, your owner's manual of your vehicle to find out exactly where that port is. Once you have that located, get inside your car, close all of the doors, make sure the vehicle is off, in park, and put the hazard lights on. Now we want to set the dial position of our easy installer. For all of these Jeep vehicles, the position should be set to 1. So if it's on a different number, turn that to 1. And there is one model that has an alternate dial position. So if you have a Grand Cherokee and you walk through this pairing process that I'm about to show you and it does not work, you'll want to just try it again with the alternate position, which is 2. But if you have any other vehicle, you just stick with 1. Even if you have the Grand Cherokee, start with 1. That should work the first time. Now we can turn on the vehicle, start the engine using the old original working key. Once you've started the engine, go ahead and take your Easy Installer and remove this seal and firmly plug this into the OBD port. Once you've plugged this into the OBD port, you'll want to work quickly, because if you wait too long, the computer on your vehicle will time out and you'll need to start over. The process doesn't take very long, but you'll just want to work at a steady pace. Once you've plugged this in, you'll just wait up to 8 seconds and listen for 3 quick beeps. Once you've heard those beeps, you can move on to the next step. If you heard a different sound, different number of beeps, an error has occurred and you'll want to skip ahead to the end of this video where I go over those errors. But if you heard the 3 beeps as I played in this video, you can now turn off the vehicle and remove the old key. Take your new key, insert it into the ignition, and turn it to the on or run position. Do not start the engine. Turn it to the final position before starting the engine. Once you're there, you'll just simply press this button on the bottom of the Easy Installer 1 time. Once more, wait up to 8 seconds and listen for 3 quick beeps. If you heard the beeps, you're good to go. If not, go ahead and skip to the end of the video to check out those errors. And assuming that you heard the correct number of beeps, you can now turn off the vehicle again, remove the key, and press this button once more. And you should hear a chime sound coming from the Easy Installer. If you heard that, that means you are finished and you have successfully paired your new key to your vehicle. You can now unplug this from the Easy Installer and turn off your hazard lights. And now the first thing you want to do is test the new and the old key. They should both work and be connected to your vehicle. With this Easy Installer, you can actually pair a total of 8 keys. So you could pair 6 more if you wanted to, and that would be the maximum. And if you wanted to do that, you just activate a new key as I showed you, and then start the pairing process again, just as I showed you. But before you start a new pairing process, whether that is to try an alternate dial position for those of you that have the Grand Cherokee, or to pair an additional key, you want to reset everything in the sense that you will unplug this from the OBD port. You will activate your new key, make sure you're inside the vehicle, all of the doors closed, in park, hazard lights on, and then begin the pairing process from there. So from here, I will just quickly go over some of the errors that you can run into and explain those for you. First thing I'd like to point out is that over here on page 13, we have a technical support number. You can give them a call at any time and they will help you out with any troubleshooting. But some of these errors are easy enough to fix if we just read over here. So if the Easy Installer beeps 8 times after pushing the button to initiate the pairing process, this means that 8 keys have already been paired to your vehicle and you will not be able to pair more. As I mentioned, with this product, with your vehicle, 8 keys is the maximum. So if you heard that, you'll just call them. The recommendation is to call them at that number. Here we have, can I use the same Easy Installer on other vehicles? No, you cannot. Once you use this to pair a key, it will be paired to your vehicle and you can continue to use it with your vehicle, but not with any other vehicles. Here we have the error that the Easy Installer sounds 2 or 3 beeps at 1 second intervals 3 times and then beeps continuously. This happens during the pairing process. And what this means is the 2 beeps just mean that this has already been used in another vehicle. So you'll actually need to get yourself a new one. So you can call them up, but you will need to get a new Easy Installer, a new kit. And if you're hearing 3 beeps at 1 second intervals, that means that during the pairing process, the original key is not present. The computer is not detecting that original key. So you want to make sure that is inside the vehicle with you. Here it says the new key won't pair to my car. Usually what the problem is just an incorrect dial position. So if you have the Grand Cherokee, and you tried with dial position 1, as you can see here, and the pairing process doesn't work, you can start over. So unplug the Easy Installer from the OBD port, close all the doors again, make sure the vehicle is off, no keys in it, and then start again with your old key, and just follow the process again, but on dial position 2. So change it to dial position 2, plug this in, and start again, and that should probably be the fix that you need. If the Easy Installer was unplugged during the pairing process, that isn't a problem. You'll just need to start the pairing process over fresh from the beginning. So once again, you'll unplug it, you'll remove any keys and turn off the engine and remove the keys, and then start the pairing process again. And if the vehicle won't start with the new or old key after attempting to pair, they don't have a solution here. They're just saying to call them at that customer service number. So that's it. That's everything you need to know. I hope you successfully paired your key and the process was easy for you. I know that if you did this yourself at home, you probably saved a ton of money compared to doing the same thing at the dealership. That's what's great about these keys. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.